What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of the Sit Down. As always, if you enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like button and let me know what you think of the discussion in the comment section below. If you're new around here, you just haven't done it yet, or you're living under a rock and seeing the sit down video for the first time, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button below so you never miss another sit down video. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we release a sit down video. We are, as always, presented by Barstool Sports, and I'm here live on a Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. Hope the start of the work week for you is a smooth one. For me, as usual, it is. And I wanted to get into today and kind of consolidate a continued wild story that is going on in the Bonanno crime family. You know, we talk all the time about the mob today, the way it is now, and it's definitely crazy. The mob at this point is, pretty low level, as we know. It's not high on the criminal totem pole, as I've said. However, the Bonanno family is continuing to stay in the news, and I kind of want to consolidate all the information and kind of realize that we are dealing with the new Nicky Scarfo. Now, back in the 80s, Nicky Scarfo was actually going out and killing people. But we look at Michael the Nose Mancuso, and we have to ask ourselves, this guy is a complete lunatic. And is he actually the new Nicky Scarfo of today? Now, as we know, there's an edict out there today that you can't kill people. But that is not stopping Michael the Nose from doing what he needs to do to assert the leadership in his family. And this is what we would find. We're finding out from history through new YouTube channels from Dom Chikali. We're finding out that years ago, the Bonanno crime family, most notably, certain people in other families wanted to kill Michael the Nose Mancuso. In fact, it's reported that, in 2019, between 2016 and 2019, there was an edict that came down from Matty Madonna that he wanted Michael the Nose killed. And that's something that came out in testimony and things like that. So this guy has 9 lives. He's behaving like a lunatic, and I really wanted to consolidate what we've seen reported recently, because I know our friend Scott Bernstein has been getting some crap from people, most notably on different forums and things like that. And I really wanted to kind of offer my opinion on it, and kind of what we've been hearing. So welcome in if you're watching. 82 people in here currently just joined, just starting the show. So if you're out there and you're enjoying the show, do me a favor, share it. That's the greatest way to help me here on the channel. And as usual, I'll say hello to some people as well, and we can get this party started on a Monday. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. I always offer that to anyone that watches the channel. When you're here with us on a live. Lives have been good for us. We've had some good shows recently. We did something recently on Dom Chikali, who's now on YouTube. We did a show recently on who was the most destructive mob informant over the last 20 or 30 years. But we've also do some great recorded videos. And I got a new interview coming out on Wednesday. I'm going to speak to Chicago outfit a gangster, Frank Calabrese. We're going to speak to him about his life, testifying against his father. We're going to talk to him about his uncle, all sorts of stuff. So make sure you check that out, which that drops on Wednesday. So I urge you to check it out. And also check out my recent video on Joe Coffey, the NYPD detective. Don Piero. What's up, Don Piero? Toot to the head says, Mancuso is no Nicky Scarfo. Again, we're aware of that. Okay, guys, I gotta kind of talk about this because this is something that I continue to deal with some of you people. You got to remember, guys, the goal is to watch the show, right? So when you put a title, the goal is to get people to watch it. Now, I explained literally in the first 2 minutes of the show, I'm aware that Michael the Nose is not a literal Nicky Scarfo. He's not out there killing people, but he's behaving like Nicky Scarfo did. Guys, again, we got to stop. I did a video on Tough Tony Federici. Do you know how many people contacted me and said, he's not like Artie Bucco? Actually, he is. A lot of his things that he did were very similar to Artie. Now, obviously, he's a gangster, and Artie wasn't. But Artie and him had a lot of similarities. Guys, again, the goal is to watch the videos. Okay. I know some of you feel like you know YouTube better than I do, but again, just let me do my thing. All right. The goal is to get someone to click on it and say, wow, that sounds interesting. I'm going to watch that. And there are some interesting similarities between Nicky Scarfo. I obviously understand that Michael is not as depraved because he can't be. But I think if he could be, he would be just as depraved as Nicky Scarfo. Okay. This is a guy ordering people to be beaten. This is a guy that's having people shoot up homes and businesses. This is a guy that's trying to assert his leadership to extort people to say, look, you don't want me to come after you, pay me. I mean, that's some crazy behavior. And let's be real, this is also a dude that, killed his own wife. This is a dude that was involved in several different mob homicides directly. Okay, so again, I'm aware, okay? You can't be like Nicky was when Nicky was around. But again, the show is to get people to watch. Thank you for watching, TWP boy, Township boy. Welcome in, man. Jade Walk, how you doing? There you go. That's the goal here, guys. And again, we talk and then we kind of understand where I'm going with this stuff. For instance, the other night, I got a bunch of shit because I compared Nicky Scarfo to Joe Biden. Or not Nicky Scarfo, Sammy Gravano. Again, it's to get people to watch. And then I discuss the similarities between the two. Obviously, there are two different people. One is a president and one is a depraved gangster. Scott L, what's up, my man? How you doing? What's up? Thank you. Appreciate that. Same to you. Same to you. Hey, Jeff, Peter from L. I don't know where L is, but I don't know if you didn't get all you wanted to say out there, but thank you for watching. Matt Huey, what's up, my man? How you doing? I want to get into, and I'll say hello to some other people, but I wanted to get into kind of the crux of the show. I've done some piecemeal shows as the stuff comes out on Michael the Nose. Little background. Michael the Nose has been connected to the Bonanno family for a long time. His kind of echelon up in the family came in the early 2000s once Joey Messina was arrested. The Vinny Basciano crew kind of makes themselves known. Nose was in that group with Chikeli, Vinny, Anthony Donato, those guys, right? And once Vinny goes away, the guys on the street are Chikeli, Michael Mancuso, and the Mancuso and Chikeli have these young kids below them, right? So when we look at some of the kids, the castaways from the Giannini crew, Ace Aiello, Giuseppe Gambina, those kids, a lot of them kids came under the auspice of Chikeli and Mr. Mancuso. Now, as we know, Randolph Pizzola is marked for death. Basciano puts that out. They make it happen. And down the road, Mancuso got 15 years for that little stunt. We remember Aiello was the shooter in that case. Gambina decided he gets cold feet, doesn't want to be involved. Now, if you actually listen to the Basciano-Messina wiretaps in the bullpen, they discuss Gambina. They discuss Aiello. Aiello is referred to as Luca Brasi. That's Vinny's Luca Brasi. And Gambina's talked about as he's a possible member, but we're not exactly sure because he might be a coke addict. Now, Mancuso is kind of involved with that stuff, right? He goes away to prison. Essentially, towards the end of the 2000s, Basciano gets a life sentence. Messina cooperates, and there's a new leadership in the Bonanno family. For a couple of years, it was Vinny TV, had the boss title. Then Mancuso gets it. And then Joe Camerano, while Mancuso's away, tries to grab leadership away from Michael Mancuso. Mancuso's not happy with that. He believes that the family is in his control. He shelves Joe Camerano and Joe Camerano's father-in-law, Vito Grimaldi. Now, Grimaldi was a longtime capo out of Queens. Had a bakery, still has a bakery. Grimaldi's House of Bread, I believe it's called. Now, Grimaldi has a son called Joey, right? He's around as well. He's connected. Now, during the come-up of the Bonannos, right, and when Joe Messina was still on the street, Grimaldi's actually was a real good earn spot for the mafia. Now, Scott Bernstein told me that essentially during the heyday of the Messino group, the Grimaldi's Bakery was kicking up a good amount of money, 8 to 10K per month. Now remember, the mob makes so much money from all these different sources, and the Grimaldi faction was kicking up a nice envelope. In fact, wiretaps would surveil Joey Grimaldi dropping the envelopes off to Messino at Casablanca, right? So, let's take ourselves to like the last 5-7 years. Camerano gets shelved, Grimaldi gets shelved, and Mancuso's got a power trip, right? He's the guy. You don't fuck with me. I'm the guy. Now, the Grimaldi Camerano groups are from Brooklyn and Queens. Mancuso's from the Bronx, way up, country club, right? So let's fast forward to this summer. We did a video on this. It's a big story. Vito Grimaldi dies. Now, Vito Grimaldi is the father-in-law of Camerano. The Camerano is shelved. He is told, do not attend the funeral, okay? And that's from Mancuso directly. Camerano says, Vafangul, I'm going. This is my father-in-law, and who are you to tell me anything? You shelved me, which is true. Why is Mancuso? He's trying to assert his leadership, right? He wants to make it clear that he's the boss. Now, remember, this is the same Mancuso who had a beef with Matty Madonna. Madonna didn't recognize him for a long time. Real paranoid lunatic, Mancuso. He sends his bulldogs, Ernie Aiello, John Scriamamano, and John Spirito Jr. to the funeral. They attempt to assault Camerano. Now, Camerano, in the crowd, has motorcycle club friends of his that help him out. And the rumor is the motorcycle group got the best of the Bonannos. Mancuso looks real stupid. He ain't happy. We take it to very recently. According to Scott Bernstein, Mancuso tried to come back on Camerano again by shooting up a home and businesses belonging to Camerano. Now, quite recently, Scott put out an interesting story that I wanted to comment on, involving the fact that according to two separate sources with knowledge of the discussion, a report was put out that, according to Mancuso, he wants people from the Grimaldi faction, so Joey or Joe Camerano, to start paying him to not go after them, essentially. He wants more money. And the quote comes out of the person that's kind of being targeted is Joey Grimaldi, Vito's son. This would be a relation to Vito, and he's connected, obviously, and close to Camerano. He is making a ton of money, obviously, from the bakery. He's doing very well. And Mancuso wants a piece, a bigger piece. So to quell the violence that's happening, Mancuso wants paid. Now, the source would tell Scott that Mikey's guys want Joey to give him a big chunk of cash and have Mikey let this all go. They want Joey active and for him to start kicking up again. They know he knows how to clock and collect. His earning potential has value, and Mikey's guys are telling them to leverage it, the source claims to the Gangster Report. Go check out the Gangster Report, guys. I'm serious. If you are serious about mob content, you like mob content, go check Scott out. He's a friend of the show. He's a friend of mine, and he's got a great website. One of the only true journalists left in all this. Now, one of the sources claims that the number discussed is $250,000. Some people say it's $500,000 that they want. And what this will do is this makes Joey Grimaldi active again, pulls him off the shelf, because everyone connected to Grimaldi was shelved. But Mancuso's saying, you know what? F that. I want money. I'll put him back in business, and the violence will stop. Because this ain't good for business. But if you're Camerano, you say, well, who the hell are you? I'm not doing that. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. The stripes are gone for Camerano. Now, a lot of people that know Camerano personally, like I've heard Panisi's mention this. Several guys have mentioned this. That Camerano is very respected. A lot of people like Joe Camerano. He's a level-headed guy. And I've always talked about in the mafia, right? Today, it seems like there are certain families that just aren't particularly good at getting the right leadership put in place, right? Columbus have had a problem with that. And now they're an essential street gang, which I know there's a lot of people that don't like me saying that, but it's true. They're a joke. Um, the Bonannos, another group. Now, they haven't had good leadership really from the Joey Messino on. And that was the end of the mob, really, as we know. And it's this, just free for all. And you look at the current groups that are just staying back in the shadows, the Genovese, the Gambinos, and the Lucchese's, they're watching this and saying, this ain't what we want. And no one's going to say to Mancuso, stop doing that. Here's money. Stop doing that. It'll be interesting to see what Grimaldi says. I find it fascinating that Grimaldi would even entertain this nonsense. Why do these people want to be a part of this? I don't get it. Why the fuck why not just be a baker and just, that's it? Like, there ain't even much money on the street anymore. I'll never understand this with these guys. Now, again, I try to not include my personal opinion, but it's interesting to me that so much of this is so important to these guys. Now, again, there's money you can make in unions and things like that, but he obviously does very well for himself as a baker and having this bakery. Why not just continue that? Why worry yourself with this nonsense? We'll see. It's very interesting to think about. Now, again, he's been shelved. So just move on with your life. I guess we'll see. Obviously, the crew that still runs around in that area, they're still making a little money, I'm sure. And you also look at, there's gambling and things like that. But I mean, I guess essentially, if you just say to them, like to these guys, like, we're going to control this and you're not going to do nothing about it, what are they really going to do? That's the problem with the mob nowadays. There's no repercussions to individuals that don't want to evolve, right? So, like, let's say, for instance, in a mob-controlled area, right, which there aren't many left, but let's just say there is. Let's say, hypothetically, a Polish gang came into that neighborhood and said, listen, well, regard it to the Albanians, Rudai organization. Look at them. Prime example. They walked into Genovese, Lucchese territory. What did they do? Nothing. They just did it. And the Albanians were tough enough to say, we ain't worried about you. Do something about it. We know you can't do nothing. And this was in the early 2000s, guys. Think about today. This is why you have to wonder, with some of these still decent rackets out there, and look at what these guys are getting jammed up on nowadays. Bookmaking, there's nothing left for this stuff. But if a group was to come in and say, hey, we run sports betting in wherever, what's the mob going to do about it? Seriously, nothing. And that's where they are now. They're not a respected organization. Now, I get there are some groups, for instance, like certain parts of Brooklyn, right? 18th Avenue, places like that. I still think there's a little bit of, hold over those areas. And I guess there's just no group that's willing to really care much about it because it's such a small area. And that's the thing about major criminal organizations. They don't give a shit about bookmaking, right? Who cares? They want to sell drugs. That's where the money is. Why worry about paying, gamblers, things like that? Nobody wants to worry about that. No one wants to worry about debtors, loan shark customers. No one wants to worry about that. So it's small potatoes. That said, if you're Grimaldi, right, why would you say yes to this? No, you're not taking anything, and no, I'm not giving you anything. In fact, you don't want me a part of this anymore? F it, I'm not part of it anymore. I'll do it on my own. And you're not going to do nothing about it. It's very interesting. What do you guys think about this? I know I'm a little behind in the comments. But let me kind of get down here. To Tony, what's up? How are you? Did Mikey knows really order a shooting? As far as we know. Jeff, big fan of your content from Birmingham, UK. I think the Scarfo comparison might be a bit of a reach. Yeah, well, again, I think I've said enough about this, and hopefully people that had these issues, they can read down. It's amazing that so many people just, I mean, they just don't seem to understand how titling works. And I get none of you guys have YouTube channels, but um, you know, all right. What's up, Peter? How are you? I also want to say happy birthday to my dad. It is my dad's birthday today, so I hope obviously my dad is a good man. I hope we had a little party on Saturday, and I hope he has a great birthday. So, all right. Yo, Jeff, great content. You belong on primetime news. I don't think. But yeah, maybe someday. Who knows? What's up, Chris? How are you? Good afternoon from Youngstown, Ohio. Thank you, Jim. I will. Are you a gangster in real life? No, no, no. I'm not a gangster. I just enjoy this stuff. That's all. Nino G, 1999 super chat. Thank you, Nino G. That's very nice of you. By the way, 270 people in the show. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button, please. If you have a question, you're welcome to discuss. Fun fact: during the dust up between Albanians and Italians at Danbury, Mikey Nose got his face punched in by one of the Albanians. Same dude beat up Vito Guzzo as well. I remember that. I believe they were kind of beefing over the way people were treating certain young or certain older Italians. I've heard about that story. That was 2015, I want to say. I see Stone Sailors in here. Good to see him. I'm not getting mad at anyone. I'm trying to explain my channel. It is very irritating when people like you are constantly trying to look into everything I'm doing and why I'm doing the things I do. I believe my opinion, at least for what I'm doing, is the right way. And if you come in here and say stupid stuff, I'm going to say something stupid back. I don't think you're a great. I think you're kind of a douche, to be honest. I think you go in people's chats, kind of trying to own them and stuff. I don't have any emotional problems. I'm trying to explain why I title things the way I do and why I do things the way I do. And people like you who don't have YouTube channels try to explain and understand it, and you write too much into some of the stuff. You notice you're one of the only people that says the stuff. It's you, always you, Xavier James. You're always here. You always do the same stuff. And what you'll do is you'll go in other shows and say, Nadu's a dude, No, man, I just don't like you. That's about how it goes. And that's the kind of guy you are. Notice it's always you. It's no one else. No one else really does this. It's only you. Walter from Providence showing love to my favorite. Thank you, Walter. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. That's a good point, Frank. Good to see you, bro. What's up, Vincent? How are you? Good to see you, brother. Jeff, do you think Michael Mancuso ordered Michael Meldish's murder? I'm not going to say my opinion on that because that's obviously a pretty serious thing. Um, I always thought the Bonannos might be involved with it, to be honest. I obviously think we'll see what happens with if there's possibly a new trial. I'm not sure. I mentioned that a while ago. I'm not saying Michael Mancuso, but the Bonannos may be involved and he could be at the top of the list. There obviously was an issue between Michael Maldish and Michael Mancuso, supposedly over a woman. Um, who do you think deserves a movie about their life talking about the mafia? Probably Philadelphia, I would say. What's up, Jonathan? Do I know of any mob activity in Hartford, Connecticut? I mean, Connecticut definitely has had people around. Anthony Magale, Gambino guy was just in involved with the Gambino family, but I don't I don't know about any today. Not really. And obviously you have Springfield, which is up near in that area, Massachusetts. But there's always been people in Connecticut over the years. Um, again, you seem to be just innate to talk about this stuff. Listen, man, you obviously don't seem to understand much of what I talk about. You have to understand how incredibly difficult it is to do videos and to try to do content. I get guys again, Xavier. I don't make anything out of this. Okay, I'm just trying to build something. I'm trying to teach people stuff, and you got people in here constantly. They're trying to ask me why I do this, why I do that. It really gets old, man. And again, maybe I just need to get rid of you. I'm trying to keep you here, try to be nice to you, but it's really frustrating, man. Sometimes, you know, and most people don't get it because they don't do it, but it's really frustrating sometimes. You know, where you come in and you do a show and all you got to hear is two or three people talking about the stuff you do wrong. You know, I like dealing with people. I like dealing with folks, but it gets old, man. It really does from people like you know. And then I got to hear why I'm sensitive because I respond to folks. I try to be super nice to everybody, but there are a few of you that are just, you think you know me, you call me out, you say I have anger issues. No, man, I just don't agree with people like you. That doesn't mean I have anger issues or I'm sensitive. It's a shame that nowadays, whenever someone says anything, I just got to sit here and take it. That's not how it's going to work, man. I've never seen this channel live. Well, you're here now, Brian. Welcome in. What's up, Splashy? Why would they ever make a guy who was accused for his wife's murder? Because from what was said, it was manslaughter and it was an accident. What's up, Lefty? How are you? What can you tell me about the Cleveland mob? We might do a show in Cleveland at some point. Maybe do something with Danny Green or something. I don't believe there's any type of, there is no commission. Tommy Lawler, what's up? How are you? Thank you for watching, Sharon. Welcome in. Chew Sucks, what's up? How you doing? Yes, they are, Don Vito. Don Vito Rizzuto's in here. How about that? Leeds United, what's up? How are you? Tony, love the show from Glasgow, Scotland. Thank you, Tony. 311 people in here. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for watching. When are you going to do primetime media? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Thank you, Rolex and Race Cars. That's very nice of you. Happy birthday to your dad. Respect. Listen, Florida attorney, have some respect, dude. Seriously. Don't be a douche. Okay, I know your shtick is just like talking nonsense, but come on, man. Stop. My dad's 59 years old. Don't be a douche. Okay. Thank you, Jade Walk. Thank you very much, buddy. Dan Lychuk says, "Hey, I saw you in Disturbed Reality's chat the other day. I hope you guys collaborate soon." I'm excited about that. I hope we can collaborate. I've been trying to get DR on the show for a while. It's really just about setting up. I'm ready to do it whenever he can. I'll do it at 3 a.m. if I have to. Dan, I truly believe he is the best YouTuber on this whole website. He is very good at what he does, and I really enjoy his content. I can't tell you how many times I've seen every video he's done. I'm always in there watching them live. I think he is a truly entertaining individual, and he, for me, has the same passion I have for what I do, and it really makes it clear that he does. There's a few people that have that, and he is one of them. I urge anyone in here, if you like cartel content, disturbing content, all that kind of stuff, go check out Disturb Reality. Just a terrific channel. It's not for the faint of heart, but Andrew Kiley says, "Yo, this dude is a clown." Well, thanks for watching, though. Appreciate you. I grew up hearing all these names around the dinner table. It's amazing how everything is just out there in common knowledge now. Yes, well, that's the great thing about the internet. Bill Pokerini says, "Love your content. It shows you put a lot of work into this. Keep up the good work." Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Tony says, "Hey, Jeff, best channel on YouTube. Big Jocko new." Yeah, shout out to Jack Garcia. Haven't talked to him in a while. Jack House, how are you? The Robber, what's up? What's up? Salvador Marley, greetings from the UK. It's always great seeing folks from other countries in here. Reznikov is here. I've been watching your videos. Keep it up. Thank you, Reznikov. Thank you. Mob Monday. Yes, a little mob stories today. Phil Anastasi, what's up? So yeah, I guess we'll kind of have to wait and see. It's the young and the restless in the Bonanno crime family. We'll see where the turn goes next. Will Joey Grimaldi, kick up an envelope? And what's next for him? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Money D says, top of the top, Chicago checking in. What up, Money D? I was just in Chicago last week. A great city, man. Great city. 332 people in here. Welcome in. If you have a question, please drop it now. You can ask me whatever you want. Thank you, Boots. Appreciate that. Same to you. Appreciate that, Lance 33. Thank you for the comments, man. If anybody would like to donate to the channel, you're welcome to send in a super chat. You can also send me a Cash App. It goes a long way in helping us put out some cool content. I will say, guys, and I've talked about this, you're going to see a little bit of a change on the channel. Not a bad one, but we're going to see better thumbnails. I'm going to get a little bit more help with shorts and things like that. So we're really going to kind of take the channel to the next level. I'm going to work on the background a little bit. One of the reasons I've not changed my background is because I've been, for the last 6 months, I'm trying to find a house that I want to move to. I want to put some shelves in the back and really make my office look like an office. So that's kind of one of the reasons I haven't really changed much. Plus, this background kind of goes with some of the different content I do. So maybe soon. I barely watch you anymore. The problem is you don't like anybody who has a different opinion than you. Not everybody has to believe everything you say. I don't talk about you in anybody's show. Oh, well, good. Then stop coming in here, man. You keep saying you don't watch anymore, but then every time I do a show, you're here. So I would be just fine if you stopped watching. You're just a douchey kind of guy, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. We have all sorts of comments about people that don't agree. I just feel like when I say something, I feel like the stuff I say is fairly just kind of in the middle. I don't really give much an opinion. Obviously, we all know that Nicky, Scarfo, and Michael Mancuso are not the same person. But I do believe that in the right realm of thinking, Mancuso would do and operate the same way. If you don't watch anymore, then boycott and don't watch anymore. I don't really care. So take it easy, man. Wax TV, $5 says Xavier's nothing more than a troll. Ignore him. Please do a profile on Jimmy Lobster's Alaska faction. Okay, I'll get right on that, brother. Thank you for watching, man. I rarely hear people talk about Detroit. Do you think it's because of the low number of informants? Well, I think, as I've said, I think a lot of people on YouTube really just care a lot about New York and Philly. It's almost like college basketball, right? A lot of West Coast college basketball is great, but most people don't watch it because they're asleep, and those games are on late at night. Same thing with the West Coast or even Detroit, Chicago. It's interesting, but a lot of the heyday of it, and maybe it has to do with the informant stuff. Remember, up until Nick Calabrese, no one in the Chicago outfit had ever testified. He was the first made man to cooperate. So, yeah, I think there's just not a ton of information about Detroit, unless you're from people like Scott. Jersey Cats Fishing Adventures says, I finally caught a live. I love your channel and the effort you put forth, Jeff. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And you know what? One other thing on Xavier James. He says that I don't like anybody's opinion that doesn't agree with me. Well, Xavier, it has a lot to do with the fact that generally when someone does content the way I do, very researched, very detailed, I try to give my all with it. What could you say negative about it? And if you come in here and act like a douche, you're going to be treated like one. I feel like we do content, whether it's me, whether it's OC Shorts, whether it's RJ, we do content that to me is opinion proof. I don't really think we should have an opinion on it because we just tell the story of history. It's not like I come out here and say, this person's like that. I don't do that. What could you disagree with me about? everything I say is based on what and how the mafia works from the beginning. We take the rules that were set out by the people that created them, and we say, okay. So people will say, "Oh, I don't agree with your state status on Junior Gotti." What's there to disagree on? In the omerta, it clearly states you don't talk to the police. You don't talk to the police. You don't admit to this thing. He did that. He broke the rules of it. Now, again, I don't know of your opinions because I don't think I've ever heard them. What did I disagree with you on that you didn't agree with? I don't get it. What's up, Jeff from Bensonhurst? What's up, Steve? How are you? Good for you. Thanks for watching, man. All right, I'm an ex-Jersey guy coming to you from Witsack in North Georgia. LOL. Is that true, or are you just pulling our chain? Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Antonino, what's up, my man? Thanks for watching, brother. Have I ever looked into the UK? A little bit. I probably should. I probably should get going and look more into it, but we'll get to it. There's so much stuff you got to look into it. What's wrong with anger issues anyway? Yes. So what if I do have anger issues? We all do. I don't like people being a dickhead to me. Sorry. I guess that's anger issues. No, I just don't fucking like you. Okay. Fuck off. 99.8% of the people that watch our shows are fun. They're awesome. They're cool. They get it. And then you got these pinheads, one or two of them, that are fucking psychiatrists and they got to diagnose everybody. Shut up. Go away. Stop bothering me. What's up, Randall? High Fair Urena says, "Hey Jeff, greetings from Costa Rica. What a beautiful country that is. What's an underrated mob movie? What's an underrated mob movie? Shit. Well, I always say Gotti, the '96 version. Not a lot of people even know about it. I mean, obviously we all do, but there's a lot of people that have never seen it. Gomorrah, 2008, great movie. Could be one of the best mob films ever made. I'm not talking about the TV show is terrific, but I'm talking about the movie, the original film, 2008. Awesome. I actually wrote a blog on that recently. Urania, you can check out my community tab. I think I posted it there. And you can check out all my blogs, barstoolsports.com. 295 people in here. We were up over 300. Share the show, get it out there any great way. Michael knows is going to go to jail any day. We'll see. We'll see if they can get him on anything. Are the Gambinos still the most powerful family? I think they're definitely powerful for sure. Yep, exactly. You don't have to watch. What is the current status of the Colombo crime family? Most of the leadership's under indictment. Most of it's in jail. Teddy Persico, DeMatteo, Castellazzo. Obviously, Mashruso passed. We don't know who the boss is currently. My guess, it's probably, Joe Waverly. Tommy Schatz gets out soon. What will he be? Where is his standing? It's nice that you interact with your viewers so much. Thank you, Don. I try to. Middle of the day is easy for me sometimes. There's certain days where I don't have a ton going on. Like tomorrow, I got to record an interview. Wednesday, I got to record an interview. But Mondays and Fridays are usually pretty good. And this is a great way to produce content because our channel is successful at this point, and it's a great way to create revenue. It's a great way to create content. So I'm glad I have it, and it promotes the podcast. So, by the way, check out the Sit Down. If you're on YouTube, you obviously watch all the videos. Check out our podcast, man. We are almost at 100 episodes. By the way, guys, the 100th episode of the Sit Down is going to be awesome. I got some cool people lined up. Hopefully I can talk to my boss soon. That would be great. You guys want to hear from my boss? Would you guys want to hear from him? I think it would be interesting to talk to him about like the Buffalo Pizza review with Joe Todaro and some other things. Because I do know, because he's told me, he has a pretty interesting run-ins with mob people. So maybe we'll talk to him about that. I'd love to get him on the show. I've tried to. We just weren't able to set our kind of schedules up. But I would love to get Dave on. Nino G, hit that like button. Yes. Thank you, Nino G. Appreciate that. XX, I don't have anything but respect for you and what you're trying to accomplish. You're just trying to state Scarfo's levels above the guy. Yeah, but again, remember, I get that. And I feel like I explained it pretty properly at the beginning. I was not trying to say that. I was just saying that the way they behave is kind of off the cuff and crazy. What do you think of Larry Mazza? I think he's pretty interesting. I think his Vlad TV interviews very good. I've been trying to get Larry on this show forever. We've contacted each other. We just can't ever line it up. Listen, guys, I'm going to say this now. When it comes to mob channels, now I'm not talking about like the guys that used to be in the life. There is nobody that has a better catalog of interviews than me. Nobody. John Gleason, I had him on first. Robert Rosso, had him on first. Chad March, one of the first people in this space to have him on. Leo Silva, Jaime Zapata, Sammy Gravano, Frank Fiorellino, Bill Catolo, Frank Calabrese. We're going to have him on. Got a ton of great interviews here. I would love to speak to Larry Mazza. I believe I am the best interviewer in this space. That's my opinion. The Galanis Morissette family is the new 6'5". I've heard that. Rich M, what's up? How are you, bro? He's awesome. Nevertheless, but what happens in the actual video? Yeah, he's a great channel, man. Don Vito Cashofero, a little late, but I'm here now. What have I missed so far? Oh, all sorts of stuff. Yes, that is correct. It's going to be hard to have commission meetings now. Lefty Gun says, just ask Stacks. He works for the Genovese. Does he really? I didn't know that. Wow, that's new to me. Larry Barry says, man, this mafia stuff brings quite an audience. Best of luck. Don't listen to the haters. Never that, Larry Barry. 340 people in here. Welcome in. What up? Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Jane Perry, you're going to be doing March Madness show on sports. Yes, absolutely. Working on all that now. Jeff, ignore the haters. Don't read the comments. That'll pass them off. Yes, well, I try to read all the comments. What up? What did you think of Mikey Scar's breakdown of the Ravenite tapes? They were good. They're very interesting. For sure. Antonio Webby, hello from Lebanon. What's up, Antonio? Lebanon in the Middle East. That's a far place, man. We haven't had anyone from Lebanon here. I love seeing that. All right. Andrew Kiley, who says I was a clown earlier, says I am dedicated, though I commend that. Thank you. Well, that's all I care about. I don't really care about what you think of me as a person. Just know on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, whenever I put a video out, you're going to get a fucking great video. All the rest is extra. What's up, bro? I hope you're well also. Thank you, Michael Plynn. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. El Dorado says, Jeff, didn't you catfish a girl? LOL. No, actually, someone pretended to be me and catfished a girl. And if you knew anything about that story, you would know that. Everybody knows that. It was a bit. Someone took my picture and used it on Bumble or wherever it was. Everybody knows that. Seems like you don't really know much about Barstool. So, yeah, I know you'll just see it and you don't know. But no, I never catfished anybody. I don't use those sort of terms. I don't have those websites. So it couldn't be me. But no, people like you pretend that I did. No, I didn't. I don't need to catfish people. I have sex with many women, and I don't need that. So, no. And if you followed Barstool, that's how I know you don't follow Barstool, because you would know that I didn't do that. It was actually proven. We found out who the kid was that did it. He lived in Tennessee. And he catfished. And in fact, the girl that got catfished by a fake picture, her and I are cool. We talk. We had a FaceTime together. She's a cool girl. She knows it wasn't me. So, no, I didn't catfish a girl. I guess that's your, and this is what you do, right? You come in and talk shit, and then I respond and you call me sensitive. You, like Xavier James, I think you're the same person, to be honest. But it's all good. Shizzy Mac says, "What's up, Jeff? Big fan, top 3 in content." Thank you, Shizzy Mac. I appreciate that so much. What do you think created the crazy in Scarfo? That's a good question, man. Some people just have that. You don't really know why. Maybe he got a mental patient. Maybe not having a father. I don't really know. That's kind of why I started all this. Why do people do the things they do? That's a great question. I don't think we could ever ask that. Maybe if I ever spoke to Leonetti, I'd ask him. Always one of the best channels anywhere on the tube. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate that. All right. The murder of Frank Cali was commanded. I cannot believe that was a crazy guy and only his decision. Well, it was. It was. And I actually did a really good video on that. Check out the video in my library, and you'll see why he absolutely did kill him. Yeah, I don't know of any Newport, Kentucky faction of the mob. There was no mafia in Newport, Kentucky. Sorry. Your show is very well thought out and entertaining. Thank you, Riff Raff Rackus. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Do you have any thoughts on Jeff Fort? No, I have no comment on Jeff Fort. I'm going to do a show on Jeff Fort at some point. Thank you, Frank. You as well. Raymond Arias. Hi, Jeff. What's up, Raymond? How are you, bro? Captain Pool Party says, what is your view on being called a little punk by a mob boss's daughter? Would you say that was the highlight of your career? Probably one of the highlights. It's definitely cool to tell people that the Gotti family hates me. That would be a badge of honor if John Gotti hated me. But I love it. I'm cool with it. It helps me. Because most people know the joke that family is now. They're not respected in the streets. Everybody knows that. I don't need to comment on that individual. She's disgraced herself enough. Great show as always, and hello from Southwest Houston. What's up, G-Man? How are you, bro? Carlos Munoz. What's up, brother? How are you? Mikey Knows also got a beating in Allenwood and was a spillover from Danbury. That doesn't surprise me. A lot tougher people in prison than Michael Mancuso. Rich M, $10 super chat. Thank you, Rich M. Says, hey, Jeff, I appreciate all your time and effort to make this content happen. Rich, hope this money helps from South Florida. Thank you, Rich M. Listen, anytime you guys support us, whether it's talking nice or putting a cool comment or a like or a super chat, it's very cool. Thank you so much. El Dorado, you're always beefing with someone. RG and Scott Bernstein are very well spoken and handle criticism well, unlike you. Well, good for them. I'm not them. I'm not them. Listen, Xavier James, the fake name stuff is weird, bro. Just go away. Go away. Worldwide Sneaker Queen. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, those, we've definitely had beefs over the years. But you just move on, man. All right. Mancuso and Scarfo seem to make their decisions based on emotion more than critical thinking. Well said, Dan. One of the great comments we've had today. That was more my thought. They go off quickly. They don't really think about the after effects. It's, I want this, so I'm going to do it. Just like Shelvin Camerano, just like Shelvin Grimaldi. And then, hey, I'm acting like a dumbass, so I'm going to go and try to extort this guy for money. Weehausen. What's up, Weehausen? Thanks for watching, man. Squally, what's up, my man? Made in Old Brooklyn. I love that. What's up, man? I always like when the old guys come in here. The guys from Brooklyn that they watch the show and respect it. And that means a lot. Those are the people that I care about their opinion. I want what I'm doing to be, something they enjoy because they're the ones that have experienced this kind of stuff. Chrissy Video says, hey, from Canada, I believe. Robbie and Crystal, we love you. Thank you, Robbie and Crystal. That's very nice. I'm glad to see. I always love when couples enjoy this stuff. That's pretty cool. I've only met one girl in my life that knew about mob stuff. And, I've talked about her before. She comes in and out of my life because she's always getting into trouble. But she's always someone that has a special place in my head and heart. I hope I can find a girl someday that likes this stuff too. Shout out to you guys that are couples and watch it together. That's pretty cool. What is the strongest criminal organization in the world right now? Is it the cartels? Yeah, I mean, it really depends what cartels you're talking about and what you're talking about. Obviously, there's a lot of crime organizations in Europe and Asia that are very powerful. When it comes to the drug trade, yeah, I would say CJNG or Sinaloa for sure. Thank you. Thank you, Sneaker Queen. That's nice of you. Lying informants and their enablers. What's up, Jeff? How are you? Hey, Robbie from Canada. What's up, my man? Mob Entertainment Group, $2 super chat. What up, JC? My man, I appreciate you. I don't agree with you on things, but I do think you're good at this content. Thank you, lying informants. What do you not like? Judging by your name, probably that I platform people that are cooperators. Just remember, I'm just trying to tell the story of the mob. And, like when I have the interview tomorrow with Frank Calabrese, I have some interesting questions to him that I'm going to see that he'll answer. Joe Root, how are you, buddy? Hope all is well. What's up, Jeff? Your boy from Westchester is still eager to peep a Nick Berg episode. Salute. Well, you know what, man? I talked about doing a Patreon yesterday. I was curious about what people thought about that. And on the Patreon, I'm going to do more just like content that I can't do on YouTube. And Nick Berg would probably be the first episode I do. There's just a lot that I can't talk about on YouTube regarding his execution. I actually believe his execution is a staged execution. I don't believe that he was beheaded on camera. I think he was already dead. And a lot of people wonder about the validity of who Nick Berg actually was. Now, I'm not going to say I believe it, but there are a lot of people that believe Nick Berg was actually a spy, things like that. So I'm going to look more into it. And it's not something that I want to get into here on YouTube because they don't like that sort of content. So I might do a Patreon. We'll see on some content that I can't put on YouTube. What else do we have here? Cheers from Strong Island. What's up, Strong Island? Shout out Long Island. Armand Asante's Gotti was the best. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. No, you're not from Witzik. Okay, good. Thank you, User One. Appreciate that. Have you ever seen Kill the Irishman? Yes, it's a good movie, for sure. My uncle grew up with that guy. He was a big hitter for the outfit. Who are you talking about exactly? Nick Calabrese or? Have I ever watched 000? Yes. I wish it would have been longer, unfortunately. You rock harder than Ozzy Osbourne. Well, that means I rock pretty damn hard. I love that. Blast the like button. Yes, absolutely. Yes. He would be my top 5 interview. If I could interview anybody, he would be top. 334 people in here. Welcome in. Thank you for watching. L66, not G1. Great content. Have you seen the book Mafia, which is essentially a coffee table book with more than 1,000 made guys and associates mugshots and FBI files? No, I haven't, but I want to check that out. G1 or G. Why do I keep saying one? GL. Yes, I'm going to check that out. Email me that, will you? The sitdown777@gmail.com. The sitdown777@gmail.com. Send me that. I would like to check it out. Wax TV, $2 super chat. What's up, Wax TV? Says, who's your Mount Rushmore of LCN? Carlos Marcello, Lucky Luciano, Tony Accardo, and Carlo Gambino. All right. I've had enough of him. Take it easy. Is anyone from the 80s still active in the mob? Yeah, plenty of people. Plenty of people. Jesse Roth, hey, how are you? Yeah, there's plenty of charts out there. You can check them out. And there's plenty of old school guys there. Absolutely, Matthew. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Also, someone asked, why do I wear tracksuits? I've been wearing tracksuits since I was a kid. I just find them comfortable. It's my thing. I like wearing them. Johan says, hey, Jeff from Sweden, you're rocking it with your videos. Thank you, Johan. I appreciate you. Hector Rodriguez says, my grandma on my mom's side's stepbrother is Nudie Mims. Wow, no shit. How about that? He was a violent individual, black mafia guy, uh, was a leg breaker, an enforcer. Interesting. A lot of comments here. Love you guys. I appreciate that. Ali Simon says, "Why would you insult someone who you had on your show?" I'm talking about Sammy, because I didn't agree with what he was doing. That's why. I don't have a friendship with him. I don't have a allegiance to him. I don't have allegiance to anybody. And I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to tell the story. And I don't believe, I'm not insulting him. I just don't think he's doing things currently in certain ways the right way. And I think he being put out there is not great. Salute my brother from the DR. Thank you, Chulo. Welcome in, my brother. Yeah, we'll see, Rolex. Maybe we will. Would you ever do a video on Gallo crew member Ali Baba Wafa? Yes, he had plenty of people, Syrian guys and guys like that for sure. Captain Pool Party says, I would put JC above Gas Pipe Karate and Grim Reaper. Come on, man. JC's a funny. I think JC's funny. I really think he's funny. That's a funny character right there. That's a fake Lefty Guns in the chat. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of him then. Thank you. Sometimes you have fake people in here. I would love to see an interview with Stu Feiner. Yeah, I've asked him. He won't do it. He's old school. I don't think he really wants to talk about that kind of stuff. Maybe someday, though. He did a review in Staten Island. Which one was that? I've seen him do one in Queens where Nicky Carrazzo walks right behind him and he just looks at him real quick. Who is the guy in Staten Island? I would love to see that. I didn't see that one. John S., send me that. The sitdown777 at gmail.com. Tommy Boy 88, $5 euro. Thank you, Tommy Boy. Says, do you think Robert Lino and Bruno Delicato return to the Bonanno family once they're home from prison? I love the show from Glasgow. Well, Bruno's home. I don't know. I mean, I would have to think. But then again, some of these guys, the mob's so different now. Most of them have just kind of, returned to just regular life. Look at Gene Gotti, There ain't much out there anymore. But they're gangsters. All of them are. So I can't speculate. I would think, but who knows? Perns Beat says, you are co-signed by Scott Bernstein. Enough said. Yes, that's all that matters to me. Him and I have a great relationship. So whatever you guys think is your own business. Joe Fox, love your channel all the way from New Zealand. Wow, that might be the farthest person we've ever had on here. Joe Fox, my man. It's like the next day in New Zealand. Does that mean when the world ends, it'll end there first? You ever wonder that? When the New Year happens, they get the New Year first. What a wild world. Well, time zones are so interesting, aren't they? Joey Frakes says, for $5, best mob show out, hands down. Thank you, Joey Frakes. You are a long-time contributor. Thank you. Do you have Dom Chikali lined up for an interview yet? I'll just say yes, I do. Jeff, how powerful do you believe Suge Knight was in comparison to the mob bosses in the 90s? He ain't that powerful. By the way, a lot of people say he was connected to the mob. It's not true. It never happened. Anthony Santiago, what's up, Jeff? I watch every episode. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. Boston J, Jeff, good to see you, pal. Hey, what's up, Boston J? How are you? Hope all is well. How do you think this Mikey Knows Joe C situation ultimately plays out? I feel like if he brings them enough off the shelf and makes Joe C a captain, that it would die down quickly. Yeah, that's an interesting question. How do I think it plays out? To be honest, I think Joey Grimaldi is going to pay. I do. I think these guys just want to, make money and be under the flag. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. But yeah, I think that would work. It would be a pretty, I mean, that would really hit his leadership though, to like go back on his word and say, oh, even though I shelved this guy, I'm going to bring him off the shelf and bring him back and make him look weak for sure. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that will do that. I think Michael Mancuso will go back to prison. That's what I think will happen. It's speculation, but that's what I think will happen. 345 people in here. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to, please hit that like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you always get notified. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, you're welcome to it. We always appreciate any donation you might have. You can super chat us or send in a Cash App. Was the chick that got catfished by your pick hot? Yeah, I thought she was cute. She's a college, she's a student. I mean, it's not really my type. I don't really like, 20-year-old chicks, but she seemed like a nice person. I felt bad for her that it happened. But yeah, just a young person trying to have a life and a career. Seemed cool though. Scarfo was under skinny razor as a kid. That's a good point. And we know he was a lunatic in his own right. Frank Cali was killed by a random nut job. Yes, Anthony Camello. Check that out on my channel. I did a video. I think that's one of the best videos I've ever done. I love doing that video. That might be my favorite video I've ever done. And I think it's the best one I've ever done. Right. What else do we have here? DJ Benny Gambino. What's up, Jeff? Hope you're well. What's up, Benny G? How you doing, bro? Yes, I see that, Jackie M. Next time I see Pool Party, he's out of here. Thank you. I'm addicted to this channel for real. Thank you, W. Robber. I appreciate that. Howard Gilman. Nice to see you're doing a stream today. By the way, Houston first half hit Howard, by the way. That's a good bet. It's been a good bet. My dog is in the hospital, so it's nice to tune in here while I'm posted up. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Howard. I hope your dog gets better, man. I really do. I don't have any pets myself, but pets are so important. Hey, bro. What's up, David BMX? Yeah, Captain Pool Party might stay for this. It says Xavier's David Cameron. I actually kind of agree with you. Yes. Go outside and touch grass. Actually, absolutely. Yes, I know you were. Jeff, I love the channel and I would join the paid channel. Why is your pee-pee so small? That's not true. I don't know who's telling you that. By the way, why would you care either? Kind of weird. Kind of gay, no? I mean, you're another man caring about what another man's pee-pee looks like. By the way, calling it a pee-pee, what are you, 12? Come on, man. And you know that's not true. Come on, man. There's one thing about me, and it ain't that. What cartel do you think is more powerful? Peak, Guadalajara, or Sinaloa? Sinaloa. Guadalajara was the only one, though. And Guadalajara was screwed when they killed Kiki Camarena. That said, look into the Buffalo Ranch. Look at what the feds did to that ranch. That's a lot of dope to lose, man. And they were sick. But again, they essentially transformed into what we now know as the modern day cartel with all these different regional groups. But yeah, I'm going to do a video on Kiki Camarena. That is a wild story. Love the show from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Thank you, Sean Kelly. I appreciate that. What else do we have here? I don't agree with that either. CGNG is very powerful. I don't agree with that. Mancho is very smart. Very smart dude. Is there any chance your ex-mob girlfriend's first is I don't know what that means, to be honest. The Sinaloa cartel is backed by the CIA. I don't disagree with you there. In fact, Louis Chaparro kind of discussed that. We talked about that in the interview. There's an individual that essentially created the Sinaloa cartel, and he was connected to El Mayo Zambada. In fact, he married El Mayo's sister, and El Mayo got into the game through this individual, guy from Cuba, who had ties to the CIA and was very tied into the early Cuba in like the 60s. A lot of people believe that. And if you look into El Mayo, he's never been arrested. That's unheard of. I know a lot of people see stuff like this and they think that's not true. A lot of people believe that's true. Yeah, that's incorrect. That's very odd. I don't know who would tell you that. It's not true. It's not true. Paulie Walnuts, what's up? James Walden, how are you? Darren WF the EU, $2 says, love watching you and Mooney dash cam. Thank you, bro. I'm sure he appreciates that as well. Thanks for watching, man. All right. A lot of other people in here. Let me get through all the comments. Greetings from Lebanon. Another person from Lebanon. How about that? Gene Webby says, love your content. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Or I don't know if you're a man. Probably shouldn't have said that. Either way, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Big Jeff, I had no idea you used to weigh 350 pounds. Congrats on shedding the pounds. You should do a video. I'm struggling, losing 40 pounds, my brother. Well, listen, do me a favor, big, tight, and strong. Go to barstoolsports.com, click bloggers, and check out my blogger page. I wrote a long piece on that. Did it about 2-3 months ago. It says Barstool Sports changed my life. Go read that. It'll help you out a lot. Have you ever thought about doing some old Wild West gangster content? Yes, absolutely. I might do that at some point. Do you ever know personally someone who was in the mob? I'm not going to talk about that. I'm gonna kind of not discuss that. I would love for you to interview one of the Al Capone's family. I don't know how many are left, but I would love to. Someone says that was the real lefty. That's not a fake lefty. If I blocked the wrong lefty, I apologize. I'll have to go in and, matter of fact, I'll do that right now. That's possibly my apologies. I guess maybe I believed someone when they said it. And that's my bad. I shouldn't have done that. Let me go in and unblock him right now. I hope he's not upset with me. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look through it here. That's my bad, guys. Sure, he's here somewhere. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have did that. But I try to just, when I see someone, usually our folks in here are pretty good on the situation. I gotta give someone a wrench or something at some point. Send me in some stuff if you want to be a wrench. Maybe we'll look into maybe letting you be one. I don't have any beefs with anyone now, so that'd be good. Where is he here? Where is Lefty? Let me find him here. He's here somewhere. Sorry, guys. I know this is boring, but I gotta try to find him here. I can't find him. Did I actually block him? Because I don't see him in here. God damn it. I'm such an idiot. Why did I do that? I usually take your guys' opinion, but I guess I shouldn't do that because there are occasionally people in here that, lie, which sucks. I don't see him in here, guys, so I don't know that I blocked him. Maybe I didn't block him. Yeah, I don't see him in here, so I don't think I blocked him, to be honest. All right. What about hosting a mafia conference? Maybe at some point. I'm not going to talk about that. I've discussed that before. I don't have much on it. Would you ever do a video on Frank Collada? Maybe. Thank you, ATB. Maybe we'll have Howard on at some point. Sean Ryan, $4.99. Thank you, Sean Ryan. I appreciate that. Thank you for contributing. Ricky Leto, what's up, man? Thank you. I'd love to speak to Chuck Zito. That'd be interesting. Do a video on Shin? I've done plenty of content on Shin. Okay, I'm sorry, Lefty. I apologize, brother. My bad. I probably shouldn't listen to some people that I don't trust. My bad, man. I'll make sure. I'll look through it when I'm done. It's hard to look. I didn't see you in there, but maybe you are there. My apologies, brother. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Sammy Gravano is on live right now. Well, we have 305 people in here, so we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Of course, I've heard of the Kinahan cartel. Absolutely. I live in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. They're here. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. El Mayo has an alliance with the three-letter boys for sure. Well, they actually call him the four-letter. Do you think? I don't think. I don't think he does, but you never know. You never know. Daniel Duarte, hello from Tucson. What's up? How are you? Sinaloa is basically beefing amongst themselves. Yes, El Mayo against the Chapitos. Absolutely. I'm confused. I'm confused at the lefty, who's lefty and who's not. Um, Chris, I don't know what you're talking about, man, but whatever. Yes, I look in other conflicts. Absolutely. Thank you, Jimmy G. Thank you, Big Nate. I have a big fan base in Lebanon. Well, I love hearing that. Thank you. Do you know Frank Culada's cousin Pina? No, I don't. I did not know that. Nicosia Connection. Is that the real Nicosia Connection? Where the hell have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Um, wow. I guess that's him. I don't know. That said, hope you're doing well, man. I'm from Minneapolis. I've been to sub since the beginning. I still think your best podcast episode was Carlos Marcello. Yeah, I agree. I think that was a good one as well. I think that was a good one as well. What's up, Andrew Osley? Thanks for watching, bro. What's up, Benny Jets? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I got to get ready to host a basketball show here at 4 on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube channel. So if you'd like to come hang out, you're welcome to it. We're going to talk some Monday college hoops, me and Kelly in Vegas. We're going to talk a little bit about the weekend of hoops. So make sure you check that out. I'll be back Wednesday. New interview. Frank Calabrese will be out. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for the people that donated. Thank you for the people that hit the like button. Thank you to all the people that contributed to the live today with questions. It means a lot. Thanks for coming on, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Feel free to check out my latest show on Saturday about Joe Coffee, and go check out all my videos. It means a lot. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.